Hello. We are into a game versus Lizardmen at pretty much the same team value. Let's have a look what they've got. Just one guard, so at least our guard may come into play. I do have a Mighty Blow. No tackle. We don't have... I'm not playing elves. That doesn't matter. Sidestep. Okay, they've got a very nice skink there that arguably we need to try and kill. And the Crocs is... Okay, another guard on the Crocs. So the Crocs is pretty tasty. How are they doing? 603. Okay. Good, good. Pretty good, honestly. Okay. They're probably just going to get a babe, huh? Which would be pretty good for protecting those skinks. Or when I say protecting, bringing them back. He's got the perfect amount for that. Did get another Hobgoblin to fill in the gap from our dirty player, so we do have 12 again for this game. We may or may not keep him after that. Might depend on how this goes. But yeah, this should be interesting. I think even though he has the highest strength and a couple of guard, our guard could still potentially be useful. In the sense that maybe we can keep his, you know, if we can tag his guard with somebody else and try and keep our guard in there, that would be, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Time will tell whether we can actually pull that together. But, you know, it should be an interesting game. We're gonna offense. This is so weird to play a team where I go on offense first. Even with like teams like Necro, I quite often defend first. But I feel like Chaos Dwarfs just do so much better from doing a bit of damage to their opponent, even than... I don't feel like they've got the best tools for getting the ball free, so I feel like taking out a few players, you know, if you can get the numbers advantage first, then that sets you in good stead for getting the ball afterwards. Whereas obviously if you go on defense first, you're going like evenly matched teams to try and get the ball free. That's my theory at least. We do now have 2 movement hobgoblins. We'll see if that's useful or not. I mean, maybe it will be. Having the extra movement wrestle one seems like it could be helpful for catching skinks, right? Obviously we'd rather hit them with tackle mighty blow, but you're not always going to get the opportunity to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, boom. We could try and hit a skink here. Is that the best use of our time? Honestly, it probably is. Maybe try and come around the top and hit this skink. These guys need to be reversed. Still got 50% to knock them down if you have block. Yeah, that's true. Let's get you out of there. So he's popped his guard in the middle. Oh, maybe we actually try and knock down his Saurus. You don't need to be in there. Yeah, I think we try and knock down the Saurus. We've got a 2 dice on him already. And we just pop these guys back as protectors in case things go wrong. He popped his other guard back, so yeah, I think we're happy with that. Yeah, I wish I had 1 claw, but I don't mind hitting him for a bit if we can, and just trying to protect the ball. What was it? Was it just not? Okay, it's nice. So we'll drop these. We'll drop in our screen first. Can you get far enough to complete the screen here? Yeah, you can. So we're going to go all the way across and put in a screen because I do want to make that blitz. Very nice. I don't think oh, we stand firm, that's right. Let's see, we'll try this first. Very nice. Stay. Oh, Mighty Blow doing a little work there. That means we can move this guy over here temporarily. Do I want to? I think I do. Just because I'm going to go around and do the splits, it gives us a little extra. It does mean we're not taking his guard, but maybe that can be something for the future. And we'll send this guy to hit skinks. Inefficiently. But still worth it, I think. And we'll just stay on this one. It probably means he's going to blitz backwards, but that's fine, right? Oh, I never went and got the ball. Okay, that's not great. You can tell I'm becoming a bash coach now. I totally forgot about picking up the ball. So, arguably, making this blitz and coming down onto the ball is really good. That was a bit silly of me. It's because I thought I was leaving this till last. So yeah, I think you attack the ball here. Easy blitz, and then you just send skinks through. He's got an agility skink. This could be quite bad. That's playing too quickly there. And not being zoomed out far enough. Oh no. See, I think he had the ball here. I mean, maybe he just moves the skink through anyway because he's agility 4, but there is tackle here, so yeah. I think this is a counter mistake here that he's made, which I'm fine with. Okay, next turn we need to try and pick up the ball if it's still there. I mean, he could come through here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 GFIs and he's on the ball. The problem then is what does he do with it, right? I am surprised he blitzed forward. I guess he's trying to win the attrition war of Mighty Blow. As of right now, we both have 2, I think. His are on stronger guys, so that's the thing. Bringing in the guard here, or here maybe. Okay, he's moved the guard over there. So he's kind of self-exiled his guard, so we might be able to get some good blocks over here. This is weird, he's like caging the skink, who... Is he still planning on going for the ball and he's somehow going to do some crazy throw? No? Okay. That's also interesting. Oh, okay. I think he could have attacked me here. Alright, so the nice thing here is we can immediately bring guard back in. And get another 2 dice. I'd probably let this one go. Okay, he doesn't. Oh, no, because then we could... No, because following up doesn't get us 2 dice on this guy. Drop this guy in here. Oh, that's nice. Gonna follow up. I don't know if I should, but I did. Obviously we've got some heavy pressure over here. I think we've got to hit what skinks we can. Okay, that's one guy not doing anything at least. And I think we're just going to tag these guys here. And then I think we might try and pick up the ball this time. Hey Dweebeer, how's it going? Yeah, I think now that we've got guard, this is okay, right? Yeah, I'm just going to leave this for the moment. Now that we've got guard, we've got block on our... early on, I don't like it. I was struggling with the strength 4 teams. Yeah, I think we're just going to say that's nice for now. I don't know if you caught it, Dweebeer, but first turn I somehow went full bash and actually forgot to pick up the ball at the end of the turn. He didn't blitz me and try and go for it with his skink though, which I think that was a bad idea. He had a blitz, he could have blitzed this guy down, and he had the agility 4 skink that's back here, he had him here. He could have totally come through and grabbed the ball and maybe brought 2 more skinks through, I think. I mean, I can't really blame him too much for making a mistake when I just forgot what I was doing, but still. A bonehead would be really useful for positioning for us. Missed it? Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, I feel like that's the indication that I've gone full bash. When you don't even look back to be like, have I got the ball? Just more interested in getting 2 dice blocks. I guess this is going to be one of those games where it's like, whose armor 9 breaks the most, right? Is he gonna stand up blitz with the Crocs, I wonder? Actually, he could get a hit on this guy. Okay, he's going after the Chaos Dwarfs. I mean, he got him. I wonder why he hasn't stood up the Crocs. I feel like that probably is the first thing. If he wasn't going to blitz with him, I feel like that's the first thing you do, right? Play much Woodies? Yes, I played Woodies a lot early on. Having played so much... Okay, that's nice. Having played so much Dark Elves now, I struggle because I tend to be a little aggressive with the... Okay, that's a solid foul, actually. I tend to struggle with Wood Elves because I want to be more aggressive, but when I do, it obviously doesn't work that well. So that's the only problem I've had with them the few times I've tried them in the very recent past. Oh, I really want to hit this guy. I think you're just getting up here. Trying to decide who hits here. Okay, I think you hit here. And we can kind of start to circle around on that. I'm gonna bring you back. I'm gonna send you forwards. And we're gonna kind of start to make a move in this direction. Oh, that's right, we're at movement 7. It's beautiful. I kind of wish I hadn't brought this guy in now. I forgot I had this guy. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use this guy to tag the guard. Because keeping him out is pretty nice. Did I blitz? I didn't blitz, so I guess we'll blitz here. And that lets me get a little bit more up here. Yeah, okay. I'm happy enough with that. Yeah, exactly. I need to get my I'd need to get a bit more into the mentality of the Wood Elves. I mean, they can kind of play aggressive, but you got to pick your timing, right? You got to engage when it looks good and know when not to engage. A lot of it early on, from watching good players play, it seems like a lot of it early on is just take what blocks you get, but only if it doesn't get you hit back. Oh, we pulled out a reroll there, that's nice. So you hit everything you can as long as it means at least pushing them off you. And then you just bide your time, keep a loose sort of screen, and wait for the chance for the War Dancer to make his move. Okay. I guess neither of us are really happy with that, but it does mean he gets to reposition if he wants to. I don't know if he's just going to keep fouling and hang over there. That's an option, certainly. And I don't know why he's not picking up his Crocs first every turn. I mean, he could blitz the Crocs up here, right, to help him reposition. Not going for that, so the Crocs is a little bit stuck, but he does have two of our players stuck on him. Are we going to be the one to break first? Not yet. Yeah, discipline not to dive in too fast and just get your entire team murdered. And sometimes, of course, it doesn't matter, right? Sometimes you just lose a player turn anyway, and you know, that can be the way it goes. But even so, I know from playing, and you get this with Dark Elves too to some extent, but you can win games with 3 players, for sure, under the right circumstances, if they're the right 3 players. It's almost never over if there's just one touchdown in it with Wood Elves, and that's one of the beautiful... They're kind of like Skaven in that sense, I suppose. It is one of the reasons I love playing them. I like teams that you're not out of it. There's occasionally, even with Chaos Dwarfs and their bulls, there's times where you're just you're just kind of done. Alright, so we have a 2 dice here already. That seems like a logical step to take. Kaboom. Could make this a 1 dice by bringing one of these guys around, I suppose. I don't mind it, but then again, what if I... Yeah, I think I like this. Maybe this guy comes here. I really want to blitz this skink with this guy, but... So that's a 1 dice, but that's not to be done now. I think we're going to blitz the skink anyway. The skink's less likely to stop me. I could blitz the mighty blow. Just get him off of our guys. Oh, nice. Do we stay here? I think that was pretty much our movement, so we'll stay. Oof! Hobgoblin power. Okay, that's pretty big. Is he going to power Apo this? No. So that was a very nice removal. And we're going to do this because it doesn't... Even a skull doesn't open us up to anything like crazy horrific. That's a nice result, obviously. Trying to decide if I should bring this guy in here. No, I think I should just do the safe play and bring him over here. Kind of wondering about bringing him in here and 1 dicing this. But I think The problem is if it fails, then he's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's too easy. Yeah, KOing his Crocs there is... I mean, any Crocs is good, but this one is especially good. Oh, I forgot he had plus movement as well. He probably did. Probably could have moved here and then here. Don't know if it's really worth it, but yeah, maybe it was. I didn't want to follow and find I had no movement and then be stuck here for a potential blitz back. Because this guy could be important second half if he's alive. Yeah, I'd like to play Woodies again, but like I say, I've kind of been scared to do it. None of those are good options. If he brings this guy around the back and then he blitzes around the back, that's obviously has the potential to be bad, but it also does mean like 2 Saurus are behind us. I mean, he doesn't even really need to commit this. Okay, he's committing this guy and then maybe this guy's going to come in so he can get some hits. Doesn't get the knockdown. Oh, he rerolls that. Okay. I mean, it does get him on the ball. Oh, this guy would have to double GFI there. He might be better off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's in an awkward position. Is he going to foul the Centaur this turn? Obviously, unless he brings some skinks over, it's not as good a foul. And I think he's realizing that repositioning his team is more valuable. Taking some risks with no reroll. What's he planning here? Is he going to move these guys? Okay, so I guess he's bringing all 3 over to get a hit on this guy. Which is fair enough. Doesn't pay off. Not immediately, anyway. Is he going to jam him into the sideline? No, he's just going to push him away. Oh, he's following. Guess it gives him a potential skink onto the ball situation. Could get this skink around the back as well. Nope. I think we've got to blitz this. That's a good result. I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping for an armor break there. I think knocking down Saurus is a pretty big priority because it reduces his ability to knock us down. Oh, that's just a 1 dice. Can't get anybody in there to make it a 2 dice. Could do this to stop his skink getting at us. Let's see, what else have we got? I kind of want to dodge this guy off at the end. Doesn't always transpire. Could bring this guy in here. this is okay. I felt that coming somehow. Oh, that's not great. Oh, we did injure him though. There's a bright side. Always feel in the favor of the lower TV player's side. I've felt that a bit recently, but I don't... Yeah, it is one of those things. That was okay though. I wouldn't have chosen it, and it does give him this... oh, we've got the guard there, so he'd have to clear that out somehow. Well, by somehow I mean... No, he could just stand this guy up. Gives him a 2 dice there. I don't think he can chain anything and mate. Okay, he's just gone that way instead. But I think we were sort of safe. I'm sad that the bull didn't get up and move. But, you know, 2 dice block felt like an okay decision. Yeah, it's a 1 dice. How willing is he to 1 dice? That's a 1 dice, that's a 1 dice. Everything's a 1 dice. At least we did have the Chaos Dwarf there. Probably just push him onto the... No, I thought you might push him onto the Crocs. What's the Crocs' plan then? I guess... block here? He could block here anyway, though. Is he going to blitz and try and get on the back of the Hobgoblin? Yep. So we are getting a bit squished in there. First, yeah. In fairness, the dice always feel weird against the AI. I don't know that they are, but I know early on there was a lot of sort of talk of how crazy the AI dice were. This is getting complicated now. I kind of need the skills out of the way, but if I take the skills out of the way, I'm going to miss something vital. 2 dice but pushes is nice. We're going to be relying heavily on our guard here, I think. But we do have 2 guards to stand up next to the ball, which means hitting it might be possible. And I really want to get this guy free. I think this guy has to come this way again, and we have to hope that we get him up at some point. Okay, I think these guys are just standing up to provide the guard. I think this is a 1 dice, though it is. I don't think I can do better than that. Can I? Or can I do it? Hang on, I can't do it with that guy. Okay, we've got a 1 dice from him. A 1 dice from him. That's... what am I doing? This is a 1 die. Oh, that's not a 1 die. Yeah, that's right. I have to get rid of this first. 1 dice. There's a lot of 1 dice here. I think I'm going to have to take one of them, so we need to work out... Right? I can't find a way to not have a 1 dice here. I think we've got to drop this guy in here. I'm not sure if we're going to score very easily here, but we'll have to hope that we can make something work. Alright. First 1 dice. Not the best. Second 1 dice. Really bad. Third 1 dice. Hang on, is there something I could do with this guy? It's not really a good chain push. I was kind of hoping there was a nice chain push there. Alright, third 1 dice. Whew. Okay, we needed that. And we can follow on that. Does mean we're making a ball hit here. Oh no, he's got stand firm. Okay, that's bad. Should have remembered that. It's a bit disappointing. But it at least gets our bull over here. 2 dice. Ooh, that was not a great turn for us. I'm following up here, because if he does blitz us, I want him to blitz us into this hole. I don't want him to choose the chain push of where he blitzes us, because he's probably going to blitz us like over here and see if the ball can bobble here. I'd kind of rather the ball bobbled over here. He does have some work to do though, because there's a lot of guard here, so it's not a for certain situation here. He's on a 1 dice, and I don't think he can improve that. Let's see. Had a Nobbler throw the only uphill block versus the minor triple pack. Wow, that is pretty intense. So we've got 2 turns here. And obviously we can't escape the other team. So I just noticed my camera's all over the place. Okay, that's slightly better there. And especially with our centaurs down, that's unfortunate. But not surprising. We can't escape them per se, but if we could at least get some stuff in some scoring positions, we give ourselves a chance of making something happen. I think he's going to do the 1 dice blitz. He has now got it so that he can chain it. So where would I chain this? It's actually not that easy to decide. Probably this way. Because he's got this guy that can come in. He's already got a good thing, whereas if he goes this way, I don't know, but then you're right next to the centaurs. I think that's a decision you make after you roll the dice. I mean, you could just push him straight forwards, right? Hedge your bets. Okay, was that the blitz is the question. I don't know. He's thinking about re-rolling it, which is making me think it was. Yep. But I'm not sure. I don't see a blitz symbol. Wouldn't he have a blitz symbol if it was? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Ooh, that's bad for him. Okay, we got a chance again. So I think he was just re-rolling that because obviously this guy being here is such a big problem for us to deal with. Okay, that's all right. And I think we actually follow out of here. Okay, that's big. That's his guard one as well. I think that's going to get appoed for the sake of the game. Yep, and he's good. Makes his skink a bit more scared though, right? One dice there. Could bring this guy in. I think we do. Very nice. Follow. Keeps things not the best here. I guess we can even squash this guy a little more. Two rerolls, so I think we actually do this. Nice. Alright, so that was a good turn. That was brought on by the bonehead. That this is the downside to the Crocs, right? It is the unfortunate truth of big guys that sometimes, and he's had a couple of times where it's kind of crucially boneheaded, and it's such a solid player. Can he make something happen here? I don't see any funky chain pushes to free up another Crocs to come and blitz. This is the only one that could probably make it anyway, so I think he's just going for damage here, and then maybe a wild 2 dice against. He'll have 2 chances on a 3-up for the Saurus back. So I think he's going into halftime full played. Unless he stops the scoring. In which case, it's just 1-3+. I guess the thing is, with no reroll, do you want to make a 2 dice against? Oh, he does have sidestep, so he's a pain just being there. He is going for it, okay. There we go, nice. So we get a free hit on him as well. Okay, that is why I think he might have just been better just basing us. I mean, I don't blame him for going for it. I wish I could get the Mighty Blow onto the skink. But we can at least get a 3 dice. Could I get somebody else over there? And then... yeah. But nobody with guard. So it does have to be this guy. If it hadn't have been, I might have popped somebody here, and then just pushed him up to here and get the 3 dice with Mighty Blow. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd have done what he did, but I do understand it. But you know, we kind of called it as well, right? Like right before he did it. I just don't know that I've taken... If he had the reroll, I'd probably do it. Even then, it's a bit risky, but... oh, okay, that's bad. Do we set up to stop the 1-turner here? Do we? How many Chaos Dwarfs do we have? Can we get tackle across the entire back line? Only if we put... if we put centaurs on the front, that feels like a bad idea. I mean, it is and it isn't, right? I mean, they're armor value 9 with... with good stats, but... you know what? Let's play this sensibly. Let's defend the 1-turn. We could put a Hobgobbo over here. Hobgobbo here. We might switch them out in a second. We'll get everybody in position, then we'll decide what we're doing. Most likely guy to get blitzed is this guy, I imagine, if he's feeling in a blitzing mood. Okay, we'll go with this, and then we've got a nice back line to potentially chase if we need to as well. Yeah, yeah. I feel like we should just at least respect the potential of a one turn. So we kind of did what we set out to do by attacking in taking out a few players. Still does have 2 skinks on the field, 1 potentially coming back, and he still has the potential of all his Saurus. But we did get out the Agi one, and the Agi one is huge. He's only badly hurt, so he kind of got away with one in that sense. Seeing as he had already used his Apo, I think, on the Saurus. Because skinks only have to get 3 squares. Sometime I should play lizards, but I've never quite got my head around them. And in fairness, that's because I've barely played them. I probably have like 10 to 20 games with them, so... Extra reroll I'm okay with. Touchback is bad if he can one-turn this. Can he? I didn't really look at his setup. It looks like he's just bashing. So, touchback is not the end of the world. We'd rather have a touchback now than at the start of the second half. Because then you just probably put it on one of the Saurus and then it's really hard to get the ball loose. So, I mean, we have had the better luck with the injury rolls, right? In fairness. And he put up a pretty solid defense there till that Crocs didn't stand up, and I can't say that I feel like he's made a ton of mistakes. I mean, there's some things that I would probably have done differently, but that doesn't necessarily mean I've done them all right. Probably going to jam that reroll into that. Alright, there we go. So, first half over. Game definitely not over, especially if his KOs come back. Which they do. I can't begrudge him that. I mean, he does have a babe, so... alright, now to see how the second half pans out. I'm going to do my usual Chaos Dwarf setup. I don't know if it's really ideal, but it's what I've kind of been enjoying. I like the width of it. So part of the reason I like it is because even if they were to push through the middle, which is hard because there's 2 guys here, but you could arguably knock this guy, one of these guys out of the way and then push through. But what I kind of like about it is even if they do that, you can potentially just fold in on them, right? So they would have to really push past to get you completely out of position. It's kind of my reasoning. And I like the fact that it makes trying to charge past the flanks a little bit harder. Because even if you commit to knocking the centaurs over, you know, you've only got 3 squares of width here, so it's nicer than the, you know, if you go for the full, what do they call it, like protected 5 or something, I forget what the term people use is. Whatever you call it, the hidden 5, where you put your 5 best players on the back, just behind here instead of out wide. Obviously, if you do that, it does let other teams, like, heavily push into a nice position on the side. Really fast teams like elves and whatnot maybe don't care, because they can react and screen it off again and trap you on the sideline, so it can be a trap, but we are not that team. So I think having the width there already, so that they have to kind of separate their team a little bit more, I kind of like. Just in case you're wondering why I've kind of settled on this. It may change as well as people scale up. Like if we got a claw on one of our Chaos Dwarfs, I'm probably going to hide him just because he's going to be so important. So that kind of would change our setup a little bit there. We'd probably squeeze it a little bit. Oh! That's interesting. I wonder if he's going to carry on him. We've almost touched back twice, despite kicking it into the middle. I'm guessing the odds on that are not super high. Then again, the odds on this guy catching it are not super high, so there you go. I don't know if he'll be pleased or not about this, because obviously it's one of his mighty blows, so... What would have been almost better is if he had caught, for us, is if he had caught it on his guard. So does he now blitz this guy? If he is, he's going to have to do it with this guy. Or the Crocs. So the no block blitz just pushes, but it does get us off. That should be sufficient. And then I think he's just going to probably pull this guy back and cage it in the middle. Pull this guy in. Or he could just pop a skink round the back, in fairness. We're not gutter runners here. Or is he going to do the handoff? I mean, the handoff probably is the sensible thing to do. Not doing it yet, if he is doing it. Maybe he'll wait till things get a bit tight. Difficult decision with the Crocs here. Like, if you're against elves, I think you just plug them into the front 3 elves. Maybe pop a Saurus next to him to make a horrible thing to catch them on. But against Chaos Dwarfs, obviously, we probably just pop in a couple more Chaos Dwarfs with guard and knock your Crocs over, and maybe he doesn't get up the rest of the half. So it was basically a high kick. No, not a high kick. I don't even know what the kickoff result was. It was almost a touchback, but it just dropped straight onto him and he rolled a 6 to catch it. What was the kickoff result? Oh, there's the 6. Oh, it was both teams lose a turn, that's right. Yeah, he caught it on the front line with the only dice that would have done so. Alright, I'm going to try and keep this guard occupied. I don't mind using a guard to do it as well. Skinks are protected. That's to be expected. I'm not going to plug in all my guys, but I am going to plug in some of them. Actually, let's do this. This, and let's get Mighty Blow going on the Saurus, because you know, we need to have some impact, right? Could have pushed him. Oh, I was gonna say we could have pushed him here. I didn't see the skink. We are pushing him here. Okay, and that's why we did that. We can kind of push up with these guys to make the back a little tighter. I'm not going to commit more to this, and I think we're going to... Chaos Dwarfs aren't fast enough to really threaten hard. So I think what we're going to do is this. This. And this. And see what he does. We got this guy who can cover the entire backfield. Hey, how's it going, Castile? Good afternoon yourself. We're embroiled against lizards here. First half went really well. Second half is yet to be seen, but honestly not a terrible start. I'm curious to see if he's going to keep the ball on the Saurus or if he's going to hand it off. Because obviously I mean, movement 6 is not bad, but part of the lizard's strength is being able to, having some coffee, that's probably the way to go. Yeah, having the movement of the skinks on the ball is part of what makes the lizard so annoying. I've trying to reduce my caffeine intake recently. I really just drink tea, but I do drink a lot of it. Is this going to be a blitz? He's sort of dancing around the idea. Yep. Oh, the bonehead again. He can't re-roll it. Not at this stage. His Crocs has, you know, not been good. There's just no two ways about it. Needed to cut mine down, so I'm down to 2 cups of coffee a day. Okay. Is that for sort of heart rate? I guess it probably is, right? We could hit a skink here. And we could do it and run back again. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Can we get a 3 dice on the skink? Only if we plug in a guard, so I think we're just going to go for the 2 dice. Because any attrition at this stage is good attrition. Didn't get any attrition, but I mean, it's still good. And it does mean we can reposition this guy back with the other guys. Not my most exciting turn ever. I mean, some people would say we should foul this guy. Honestly, it's not a bad call. We could put an assist in here, an assist in here, and then maybe foul from the bottom. What would that be? I'm not good at working this out. So 1 foul is what, like a 9? No, you have to beat it, right? So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So you'd have to beat a 6. I mean, that certainly is a pretty reasonable percentage. That's like a... I'm just making up numbers now, but I feel like that's like a 60-70% foul. Okay, I'm going to embrace the Chaos Dwarf. And we're going to do a successful foul. 72. Oh boy, I almost think I knew what I was talking about there. Yeah, let's embrace the Chaos Dwarf and show people how it's done. Okay, solid. I've just determined it's always going to be a bad roll. Yeah, I guess not having the caffeine is not bad. I mean, not having that, like, heart rush from the caffeine is probably a good thing. My thing is that, like, I'm having, you know, like, not the best sleep. I'm not going to say I'm anywhere near having insomnia problems, but, like, I wake up early a lot and all that kind of stuff. My wife's like, well, maybe you shouldn't be drinking tea at, like, 8 o'clock in the evening or whatnot. And I can't really refute that until I try not doing it, right? So we're trying not to do it just to see if it helps. And if it does, that's great. And so far, it hasn't been too impactful. Both in sleep terms and in feeling like, oh, I need that extra caffeine. So overall, I feel like that's positive. I feel like if you can cut down and just have a little bit, that's probably for the better. So, yeah. Looks like he's maybe going to try and make a push off to the side here. Seems like a sensible point of, oh, he's just getting pushes, which is great. I think we had this in a game recently. Yeah, we had this against, in that game against Andy Davo with his dwarfs. When you're rolling pushes and your opponent's rolling powers, like, the blocking game does not go in your favor all that well. It's hard to really make anything successful happen, so it's a rough situation. I feel like I should hit the skink again. But we should also just slightly move up just to make this a difficult point of breakthrough. And maybe try and get a 1 dice on the... Hang on, I would need guard in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I get guard in there? 1, 2... Yes, but only by moving the guy that is going to make the blitz. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and hit both these guys. But not with Mighty Blow, unfortunately. Just got to pick my placement carefully. And I guess get somebody onto the ball? Okay, that's nice. Yeah. I think that's why this feels like... I mean, if you were up a lot, this would be really cool. Because maybe you can score on a guy you want to score on, but in this situation, I don't think it's as good. Oh, we're not going to actually move the Crocs here. Unless he decides he wants to be back here, which maybe he does. Yeah, but we'll just move him here. Okay, that's nice. He probably is going to hand off to a skink this turn. Got another 72. If we pop this guy here, we could make it even better, but it would... I can't do it. But I think we still do the foul. Hello. I've never felt more Chaos Dwarfy. Let's see... I think we at least put this guy... Well, no, because his... Yeah, I think we do. Because when you run off with the skink, you want to run off with more skinks, right? So if we have skinks based, it makes it tricky. He kind of has to blitz here as well. If he wanted to... Well, he might just hand off and then run away. Yeah, whatever happens, I think this is a good... This currently is a good situation for us. It may not stay that way, but this is nice. We've got 1, 2, 3 guards on the Saurus, so getting this, I mean on the Crocs, so getting them down is probable. We got 1 Saurus out, which is excellent. We got 3 skinks out, Well, two from this half. Also excellent. So it's definitely a tough position, but he is lizards and he still has 2 skinks. So it is very possible to score. I wonder if he's deciding whether to do the handoff here. I would have loved to have got a Chaos Dwarf on here. I think the handoff is a sensible play. I agree. He'll blitz the bull, handoff, and potato. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of wondering. I don't think he could have a good chance of marking this guy though. So I think he can only potato so far. So do you think maybe he plugs in the guard here? Actually, maybe that's not the way. Maybe he just brings this guy down, blitzes with block, so it's a safe block. Tries to base him up. And then hands off to the skink, and the skink just comes down here. Or maybe he knocks over the bull and sideline cages here. Yeah, I think I agree with you. The fact that he's blitzing from this angle makes me wonder if he is doing the sideline cage, even though he could just move there afterwards. Does get the bull down. Pushes him in. Does he stay? Probably. Nope. Doesn't stay. Okay, so he's gonna sideline cage here. Obviously, he has to roll a lot of dice to make this happen, but they're mostly 2s and 3s, right? It'd be funny if this guy had caught it again. Yeah, it was not an ideal situation. It's a pity he has stand firm, because otherwise we could just move this guy here. I think I'm just going to stand this guy up, so I don't forget about that, and do something silly like this. Which isn't really silly, it's just, you know... if it goes wrong, obviously we haven't moved to try and get on the ball at all, so... Is that a guard? It is a guard, so if I were to plug in another guard here... I'm really loving guard. I don't often get to play with it unless I play orcs, so... I go pretty guard heavy on Chaos as well when I play him. Hang on, can you get up there? Ooh. You can. But maybe you should be blocking off this. You probably should. Let's get that tackle. Surrounding the skinks. So then I think we do... this, and then we'll blitz from on top, just in case we just get pushes. We don't, so that's nice. I'm going to push here so that I can come up through this route. Get the center on top of the ball. We're going to have to do a GFI, which I don't like. So because of that, we're going to pop this guy here. And then we're just going to, if we get the ball, which we might not, and this might all be a disaster, but if we get the ball... Oh, this is our tackler! Okay, yeah, I should have thought about that. Or realized that. So what I should have done is move this guy up here and then done it with this guy, but here we are. Okay, we did pick up the ball, so now we just GFI out here. I said a lot more confidently than I felt. And maybe a bit of this. 3 rerolls, 4 turns. I'm gonna reroll this. Because it makes things a little bit more tricky. Like, if you look at the skinks now, they've got a lot more dodging to do to get through. Alright, that was a good turn. Not gonna lie. That went well. We didn't have to roll anything extravagant. We just... But, you know, not hitting... Like, a push on this guy and on this guy would have made this a lot less safe. We'd have probably still been in a decent position, but we wouldn't have been in a sort of the relatively safe position we're in there. If we'd had this bull up here, I'd have been tempted to do the handoff to see if we could level him. Is there anything else? I should not be thinking about trying to level here, but, you know, we are. This guy would be cool to level. And this guy, but he's on the wrong side of the situation. And this guy probably will be too if these guys get up. Oh, that's not good. Two of these are with tackle on him. I'm wondering if he's... What is he trying to... Is he just trying to look for a 2 dice against? This is so bad, because these dodges are really bad as well. Okay, so he's just gonna go for position. That's a not great... Oh dear. Yeah, it's been a rough situation for him. And the bad thing is this guy would have to dodge off as well if he wants to get over there. I think you gotta stand this guy up first before you do the crazy dodging. Nice. Ooh, we used all the powers in one hit. That was nice. Now we have to try and get rid of this guy. That sort of does it. We'll follow for the extra assist. That doesn't do it. Okay, fair enough. Other skink is down. Yeah, let's do this. I know this is crazy, but I'm sort of planning on handing off to... Oh no, I was going to hand off to this guy and I just used him. Whoops. Well, there's this guy. This guy could level. Not going to be doing it this turn, though. So we're just going to try and get into a safe position. Got 2 dice here. See if we can dodge this guy. We can. Well, we've been rolling pretty well for a while, so I guess we were due a double one. I guess if he gets too much pressure on here, we just run it in, right? But I'd love to hand off to a Chaos Dwarf. Getting rid of the skink would make that a lot more safe feeling. Oh, he's going for the... Okay, he's given up. Oh, that's really nice, because that actually does give us a chance to hand off to the Chaos Dwarf. Oh, he only had one turn left. Fair enough. We should protect in case this goes wrong. Just screen it off. Come on, you can do it. Nice. We do have a GFI to go, but I figured I'd rather have the reroll for the GFI. Oh, I suppose we could have done... No, I think we're okay with where we were. Trying to level up this guy. Not a bad idea. Yeah, he's had a rough game. I think when we look at the stats after the game, it'll look like he's had a rough game, and I think he has. The Crocs cost him a lot, I think, honestly. Do we try and hit anything as well? You're 2 away. No, I don't think we do. Yeah, it is. Sweet. Yeah, I mean, that's why you looking at the dice logs makes no... Well, or it doesn't often tell the... Oh, that's a horrible celebration. It's why it's really not that valuable, right? Because we had some bad dice, like we double wand. We didn't have any bad block dice, in fairness. Saurus catch doesn't help, and he 1 in 9 the handoff. Yeah, I wonder if there's an argument, like if we were going to try and sort of think what could he have done sort of better. I suppose you could argue that he could have handed off earlier, and then had that guy free and had, you know, done the handoff in a safer situation earlier. But yeah, I feel like we got the rub of the green there, so to speak. Yeah, 12 armor breaks. But out of 12 armor breaks, that's good. And out of the 4 armor breaks, that's not good. We had exactly the same number of blocks. I don't think he hit the hobgoblins more than a couple times, so it's not crazy surprising, but you'd expect a bit more than that. I suppose, you know, maybe a few KOs getting through with the mighty blow would not be too surprising. That was a horrible match. There's no two ways about it. I've had a few matches where you come out with that. Let's have a quick look at the block dice just out of curiosity. Yeah, Bonehead was almost normal, but it was when it hit, right? That's the big thing. Catching was terrible, but I think the one catch he made was on the Saurus. On the line, which he arguably didn't want to make. I mean, that's, yeah, a lot of pushes. More pushes than you'd expect. And yeah, I mean, we powered more than anything else, so yeah. Red dice, the ball carrier was horrible. That's true. If he had had that guy, he could have handed off to him a lot more reliably. And, you know, I know there's tackle on our team, but you can kind of avoid that because they're slow. So yeah, probably letting us go in there was the right decision, or even just like standing on him with the sidestep. The blitz was maybe too much of a high rolling play, right? I think that's a good call. So we did level up a Chaos Dwarf. Are we going to roll a double on this team? We're yet to do it, but now would be a good time. We have rolled 2 agility ups on stuff that we didn't want agility on. Nope. So I think we continue down the guard route here. And then we start filling it in with more Mighty Blow, because we've got 2 Mighty Blows now. But the guard is being so good. Like, that made that game so much better for us. And we're probably getting rid of Docs. He was here for the 1 game. We didn't technically need him, but he was there in case that one of our fouls went wrong. But yeah, that was a fun game. From our side. Our record is beginning to look better. I think that's 3 wins in a row, which is beginning to pull away from the losses, which is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and fire this guy before I accidentally play another one with him, because our TV is already over 1500, so that could go wrong. But yeah, I think I'm just doing the 1 today. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a raid into somebody, but thanks for hanging out, and yeah, it's more respectable. I think this is what you probably should have with Chaos Dwarfs. And I suppose a few early losses with them isn't out of the realm of possibility, because they're not the best early on. I guess if we were really going hard at it, we'd probably just restart till we got like a 5 or 6 clean wins thing, and then go from there. But yeah, feeling pretty good about that. But thanks, guys. Oh, I should finish the YouTubes. Bye, YouTube.